Well, yesterday when Nancy asked me if I would be interested in introducing Sarah, I thought, what can I say? And all that came to my mind was the calm demeanor, the constant smile, the quiet, intelligent girl that we selected 15 years ago. I was part of the group that selected her. She speaks very little. She doesn't say much. She just has a cute smile, but extremely intelligent. And she went on a program. She was very successful. I'm sure she'll share something about it here. And then she came back. She started volunteering. But then something else came, which is very, very important. I think what we all love here is that she has a pair of parents who have never, since they walked into AFS for their interview, the office, and they never left. She went off when she came back. She volunteers on and off. She goes and comes, but those young people, they have busy lives. She went off to university. She studied. She graduated. Went to her master's degree, and disappeared from AFS. I'm sure you all have the same problem when young people come and go. But then, what did her parents do? They were always there. In 2008, when AFS Egypt went through, I wouldn't say crisis, but a transformation period, a time where we had challenges, and we were looking for people to step in our board. Her father was the first to come in and say, I'm willing to even step in and chair the organization and navigate AFS Egypt through the issues that we had. He stayed in, and then he moved out silently, smiling just as beautifully as she did. Her mom set some panels and interviewed students, and they have very busy lives. So it is a perfect example of a family that really enjoys, loves, and dedicates themselves to the mission of AFS. They don't want anything in return. They're very grateful for what AFS had to give her and her AFS American family. And they keep talking and talking 15 years after about what AFS has done for their daughter. So I can introduce Sarah through her parents, who I know very well, but also the beautiful girl who is now giving back 15 years by her position in the U.S. Embassy in Cairo, giving back to the AFS community in her own special way with that same quiet smile. So Sarah.
Thank you so much, Rita, for your words. It put more pressure on me but thank you so much. They're really touching. Hi everyone. My name is Sarah Awad. I traveled 15 years ago among a group of 14 Egyptian kids. The first yes batch to come to the States. I was 15 years old then, so I'm 30, but I don't feel 30, and please don't treat me at 30 years old. The yes experience taught me. I was hosted in Wisconsin. My yes year taught me in everything. It taught me a lot. It showed me a lot. I met incredible people. Like from the States or from everywhere else through the CD program and Flex and other orientations I had to attend, and other AFS students hosted and lots of things. And so when Nancy asked me if I would be able to give this speech, I said yes. And then I started to think of like the main things I can speak a lot about what I really learned, but I wanted to put it into like very small examples that I can give you and then tell you what and how did it actually affect me. So when I first came to the States, I went to Wisconsin for a small orientation by my cluster, and then I met my host family, and on our way home, I knew that they are also welcome family to a girl from Thailand for 2 weeks. So I was very excited that, I'm gonna meet her, because I also arrived there a month earlier than my school, so like, okay, and they didn't have kids, so there will be someone else in the house and stuff. And then when I reached there, I found out, I met both, her name was both, like her American name. And then I found out that she only speaks 2 words of English. She says no tomato, because she does not eat tomato, and she says yes ketchup. She doesn't eat tomato at all. So she does this and says tomato, and then she eats ketchup on every dish. So yes. So it was a bit challenging to see, like, okay, my host parents go to work in the morning and we'll be here together for 2 weeks. How can we communicate? I have this teenager, it's an opportunity to know her and we don't know what to do. So we tried by like some signs and stuff and like to interact and to find a way to interact. We played, I taught her basketball because I used to play basketball during that time. We went to the like DVD movie place, and we each of us like each day would choose a movie, and then she choose one, I choose one, and we watch like each other movies, and we played cards, and all of this without speaking one single word. Like we tried to do different things, we tried to enjoy our time, we actually communicated and we had fun, we laughed, we drew things, whenever she wants to tell me something, I want to tell her something, we look things over the internet for different words and then she writes a sentence. And this is the sentence and stuff. And this experience taught me that you can communicate with anyone. It doesn't matter what do they speak, it doesn't matter anything, it doesn't matter if there is a common language between you, but you can find a way. You can always find a way to communicate with the person. You can always find a way to break the ice and to talk and to learn about each other without even like just showing them pictures, without saying anything. So this was a very powerful thing that took me like at the beginning of my experience. And then golf left to her family, and then I was alone in the house. And so my host dad suggested me if I go to and volunteer at the senior center, and I'm like, what would I do at the senior center? I don't know. For me, volunteering in Egypt, especially during that time, was more of a charity work for me. So like if I go, I pay money, then I volunteer. I've done my share. I don't really do anything. So I really am like, what am I supposed to do, and what does it mean to go and volunteer at the senior center? So I told him, okay, I will go. So I went with him one morning. He walked me there to show me how I go and come back every day. And then he introduced me to a lady there, and she said, okay, so your role will be serving food to the seniors, eat with them, and then collect the plates, put in the dishwasher, and this would be your role. Anything else you want to do, it's fine. So I was like, fine, I will try. And I tried. I went there first day. I served the food. I found an amazing group of ladies and men, and talking to me, smiling, interested to learn about me. Like, oh, who are you? What are you doing? Why are you here? And conversation opened, and then they started to talk to me about like their families and their granddaughters and sons that I'm going to meet at the school, and different things. And then I started to like read with them, and then play chess with a couple of them, and do different things. And instead of like going there and spending 2 hours of my volunteering time, then I would go there and like spend the whole morning there and it was amazing. It taught me that with very, very simple acts, I can really do something like to someone and like feel very happy and proud of myself, and at the same time make something like change in someone, and like add a little bit of like, okay, let's do this and talk and to someone else's life. It was my first time to volunteer, and it was really it taught me what volunteering is. It taught me like what is the concept of volunteering in a very simple way. And I kept going there even when I started school, and as much as I can, and did different activities at different times with them. And it helped breaking the ice. So when I actually went to the school, I met some people whenever I'm introduced to them. I'm like, yeah, I heard my granddad talking like about you, or like my grandma talking about you and welcome, and so it helped me in a way, in a different way. It also helped me. And third thing I wanted to talk about is my cluster coordinator, Holly Doe. I don't know if you know her. She's the most energetic woman and powerful woman I have ever met in my life. She was amazing. She taught me a lot throughout the year. She was very active. She did a lot with us and everything. But I remember a certain incident that happened. That one time there was an AFS activity in Chicago. I was hosted near Madison, and there was an AFS activity in Chicago, and they wanted different alumni to go, not alumni, the participants, and to go there and to present their countries and stuff. And then she called me that day and she was like, I want you to MC the event. And I told her, no, I'm sorry, I can't. And she said, why? Have you ever tried this? And I was like, no, I don't think I'll be able to. I was so scared. I'm like, how can I talk about in front of like all these people? And there's like international partners, and AFS Egypt was there. I'm like, oh my God, how can I talk in front of them? And like, don't do all of this. And I was like, no, I'm too scared. She was like, no, you're gonna do it. You can't say She told me, you can't say I can't without trying. You have to try, and if you fail, then next time we will talk, or when we come back, we'll talk how we can do it better. But you will have to do it. Yeah, and I was like, okay. So I actually went and I emceed the event, and it went very well. And I was very happy. I was very proud of myself. I felt so confident, and without her, like me pushing me to do it, I would have never done it. If she took my word, like I'm sorry, I can't, and that's it, then that would be it. And it's like, okay, she can find there were lots of other participants that she can ask to do. But like she wanted me like to, no, you can't just say I can't. She wanted to teach me something, and I think she did. And I really want, if you can like want to talk she must do this. And if you ever see her, please tell her that I'm really grateful for everything she did to me. My last example I want to give is happened in my school. So I was a senior, like they put me in a senior class. I was a junior in Egypt, but they put me in a senior class in order to like go through graduation and stuff and like have more experience. So as yesterday most of you said, if you're a senior, you take AP classes. So they put me in 4 AP classes. Doesn't matter, it's fine, but like a couple of these were AP chemistry and physics. And I loved chemistry and physics. I have no problem. My problem was with the teacher. I always felt that she treated me differently. A day after a day, a week after a week, I felt somehow discriminated a way or another. So one day I sat down to think about it, and I found out that usually if I'm in Egypt, then I would call my father and tell him that teacher is doing this to me, and then he would go talk to the teacher or like do something. But then like I won't do this, and I had 4 options: either to drop the classes because anyways they won't count, and that would be the easiest solution, or I can talk to my host parents, I can talk to my school counselor, I can talk to my liaison. But then I decided not to do any of the 4 and to talk for myself. So I sat down that night and like I wrote her an email. I told her how I feel, and I asked her whether maybe I did something that culturally I don't understand, or maybe we can talk if she would mind, if she would tell me. And because I'm really interested, in her classes I like the subject and I wanted to know. So I shot her the email, and then the second morning when I was in class, after the class, she told me she wants to talk to me. So I went there and talked to her, and then I found out through this conversation that actually she was being so sensitive that she wasn't sure how culturally I would react to different things. So by doing this, she didn't deal with me at all, and I felt discriminated. And So it was like a matter of miscommunication, and that solved it. So like since that talk, we had been very good, and I enjoyed all her classes, and she was like, everything was totally fine. And I was really happy that I did this, that I didn't wait for someone to talk on my behalf, and I didn't wait for my parents, or I didn't go to my school counselor and like take the easiest, or like just drop the classes. And no, but like I stood for myself, and I know very well that this is something that I wouldn't have done if I didn't go on the program. I know that this is something I gained through being there, and I feel more responsible for myself, and feeling that no, I am a person that I can do something. I shouldn't wait for my parents every time to do me something, or like ask them to stand for me. I can. Yes, I'm 15 years old, but I can stand for myself. Mainly these were the examples I wanted to give you. Like I learned like communication. I learned about volunteering. I learned about standing up for myself. I learned tolerance. I learned how that I should listen. I learned that it doesn't matter if you failed. I learned lots and lots of things, and I'm really grateful that I got to go on this year, and I'm still learning every day, and I'm still. Sometimes when things happen now, I remember things that happened 15 years ago, and say like, oh yeah, this is because of that, or this is due to that. But I have a final message that I want to tell all the volunteers here. All the work that you do really matters. It was really helpful that when we were at like our downtimes in the cycle, and like feeling homesick at different, like in Ramadan, or like at different things, and then the cluster jump in and does an activity or an orientation, or just a simple text or something, it really mattered. We really felt that we have multiple homes, and we have multiple families, and always a lot of people to go to, and always people to talk to us, and we felt all the support you do, and thank you so much for all your hard work, and thank you so much for being passionate and ready to do it, and do it from the heart. Thank you.